So we made it back from Wilkesboro, North Carolina this morning. Early, about 5 a.m. I stayed in bed till about noon. But it didn't take long for the dogs to let me know they're ready to play.
Outside and play frisbee. Come on. Let's go play frisbee.
So we went outside with their favorite red frisbee, but they had no idea that someone had brought them presents to the track at Wilkesboro this weekend, and Frisbee Palooza was about to begin. So I'm dragging a little bit today, right? So we got home at like, I don't know, 5 o'clock this morning, and we drove straight through. I'm sure by now a lot of you have seen that there was a tragic accident down there at Wilkesboro yesterday, and it was highly unfortunate. However, the event itself was a tremendous success. And I see a lot of people today on the internet, focusing on the negative. Well, somebody got injured, and well, somebody lost a car. Well, that's true, okay? And I saw a post today, 4 cars crashed this weekend. Well, yeah, 4 people made a mistake out of thousands. Out of thousands of people who went racing this weekend, out of thousands of people who went to watch racing this weekend, out of thousands of people who went to a restaurant and had a wonderful time and had a wonderful meal and got to visit with friends and got to see the sights and the sounds of Wilkesboro Dragway packed to maximum capacity. One person got injured. And it's a tragedy. We plan on sending the girl a care package that got injured. People were saying she's standing on the guardrail. She was not. She was standing behind a safety fence. The car didn't hit her, but I think there was pieces of the car that did. It broke her arm. And our hearts and our prayers go out to her and her family. We fully intend to make a donation. Her family has started a GoFundMe for her medical bills, and we fully intend to support that GoFundMe. I've shared it on my Facebook, and we fully intend to send her and her family a care package this weekend or this week, because she was, from what I could see in the video, She was actually filming Billy with her phone, and she didn't see the Mustang coming. And thank God, someone who was standing, there was a man standing right next to the girl or behind the girl, and I believe you can see it in some of the video that Billy has that'll be coming out this week. You can actually see the man grab the girl and pull her down and pull her away from the fence as the car hit. And had it not been for that man who pulled her away, she would have likely lost her life. So as you see all these people focusing on the negative this week, the negative event that surrounded and is overshadowing an incredible event, someplace that we had the best time that we've had this year at Wilkesboro Dragway. Keep in mind, while the event, the accident was a tragic one, no one lost their life. The girl suffered a compound fracture and I believe a broken knuckle is what I understand from a post that I saw from her family. But she's going to be okay, okay? And we can all learn to do better. We can all learn to stay back and maybe pay a little closer attention. And I know that's hard because, you know, you're wanting to capture footage of someone who you love racing, right? And maybe you're not paying attention to the other car and the other car's out of control and things happen. But, you know, the driver of the car made a mistake. We all make mistakes. Every single one of us make mistakes every single day. We all make mistakes. It just so happens that his mistake led to an injury of someone else and led to the loss of a race car. It happens. It happens. Freedom. What makes freedom wonderful? What makes freedom worth fighting for? What makes freedom something that people will travel from Guatemala, from all these other countries by foot, thousands of miles to our southern border? What makes freedom worth it? Danger. Danger separates life from death. The closer you get to death, honestly, the more exciting life becomes. That's just fact. So, we race. We race, right? Some people skateboard. Some people skydive, right? There's all different things that freedom brings us. We make choices, and we have to live with those choices. Now, you can sit in your basement and you can be scared for the rest of your life if you want to, but that's not how we're going to live. You know, we do everything we can to be as safe as we can, and I try to keep my kids safe. Everybody does, but things happen. It's life, and I'm lucky to have it. We're all lucky to have it. So, as we finish up this video, or maybe we're moving on, whatever, I'm not sure where this is all going yet. I'm kind of winging it today, right? Billy's video is going to be spectacular. Not just because there was a crash, not just because the footage of said crash is incredible, high quality, and just amazing that the guy lived. He walked away without a scratch, climbed out of the car within seconds. There were so many other things, wonderful things that happened this weekend. We got to see hundreds of people who came to see us at Wilkesboro Dragway, who love our family, who love what we stand for, who love the short films. They love Billy's S10. They love my mom and dad's old 55 Chevy. They love Tommy's little blue truck. They love my wife. They love my dogs. And people just it's overwhelming. It's absolutely overwhelming. But Billy's going to do his absolute best to showcase everything, the incredible events that happened, the camaraderie, the love, the freedom that we have, that we share, that we covet, to go race and spend time together and compete and help each other. There were parts shared, there was fuel given, there were people helping others to make a round call, right? Thrashing in the pits, changing oil, changing parts, adjusting valves, changing nitrous bottles, changing tune-ups, changing tires. And all of that has a story. You know, when we left the track, I got to thinking, we went to a steakhouse, Dodge City Steakhouse or something like that. It's not far from the track. And Tyler Wilhelm was in there. And I shook his hand. I didn't get time to speak with him very long, but Tyler's the one that put the event on. And maybe some of you know, and maybe some of you don't know, that when Tyler first announced that event, I reached out to him and I sent him a little bit of advice on how to get that deal rolling, because we've been to Wilkesboro before. We love that place. It's beautiful. I call it Little Bristol. It's one of my favorite tracks in the country. And I really wanted to see him do well. I wanted to see that track do well. And I sent him a little bit of advice and some tips on how to promote it and get interest in it. And I hope that some of the information that I shared with him and some of the advice that I gave to him was helpful. And I told Tyler at the steakhouse last night when we saw him how proud I was of him. I know how hard that event was to pull off. I know how much work went into that event. It's hours and hours and hours and hours. And my hat's off to him and the staff at Wilkesboro, because I don't think they were expecting quite that large of a turnout. You know, obviously the car count was there. Everybody knew the car count was going to be good, but the spectator count was off the hook. So hats off to Tyler Wilhelm, the entire staff and crew of Wilkesboro Dragway. Thank you all for having us. Can't wait for everybody to see the video. It's coming out on Street Racing Channel probably tomorrow. It's incredible. The footage is incredible. There was so many great things that happened at this event, and we intend to showcase every one of them. See y'all later.